Hi everyone, it's me Dana. I know it's been a little while since we had our last lesson, but between the snow and President's Week, I gave you guys a little bit of a vacation. If you still haven't posted your partner assignment, I please ask that you do so by today or by Sunday at the latest. And in camp terms, kol hakavod for everyone who did do the assignment. I have been reading them and they've been really, really excellent, so I'm really pleased with your work. Today's assignment is going to kind of follow in the trail of what we discussed last week about early immigration to Israel, or at that point Palestine. And today we're going to talk about the development of the Kibbutz movement. So before you continue any further with my part of the lesson, I want you to take a look at the YouTube video that's going to be posted below. So check it out below. And once you've done that, you can continue hearing the rest of this lesson. So take a look at that video. So you can do that now. So now that you've watched this video, I have a couple questions for you that I want you to answer, and we will figure out a space for you to answer that on the wiki, because there's actually two separate assignments you have this week. This short response to the video and a longer assignment, which will be following this lesson. So the first thing I want to talk about is, the power of this video. So many of these early kibbutz members, as you learned last week, came from different European countries like Poland or Russia, or at that time Galicia, which is now part of southeastern Poland, because they had a dream and they envisioned themselves, giving up everything that they had, the security of their jobs, of their families, relationships, friends, everything, to follow this dream of rebuilding the land of Israel. So they left their homes at these young ages, left everything behind, and I think the most important thing for us to understand is this wasn't a guarantee. It's not like they were showing up to this developed land. The land was a disaster. It was swamps, it was full of malaria, people were sick all the time, there was no security. It was not what we think of Israel as today. It was really just kind of like almost the Wild West of the Middle East. There was no rules, and it was really not a guarantee that everything would work out successfully, and as a result, many people actually returned to their homelands because they felt that they had been cheated out of some sort of a deal. But for those who decided to stay, obviously, they became the founders of the State of Israel. So my first question to you is, knowing what you know based off this video and understanding what you know about the Kibbutz movement, would you be willing to take that same risk? That's the first question. Would you be willing to take the risk of moving to Israel, to a place where there's no guarantee, there's no safety, no security, but just hoping that the dream that you've been thinking about for so many years will actually come true? That's question number one. Do you feel as if you've done something like this before? Now, I don't necessarily mean that you've moved to Israel and have founded a kibbutz and done all these other things, but do you feel at any point in your life that you've ever taken a risk that didn't have a return, in the sense that, do you feel that you've done something that there was no guarantee that would be successful? So I want you to answer that question as well. And the last question I have regarding this video is that the woman featured says that in moving to the kibbutz, the early immigrants invented their lives, that whatever they had back in Poland or Russia or Galicia, it didn't matter anymore. Many of these people completely changed their names. They left behind their identity completely. If they were a shoemaker in Poland, they definitely weren't a shoemaker at the kibbutz. They were farmers, they were laborers. They completely reinvented themselves when they moved to the kibbutzim. So what do you think this means, reinventing your life? Aside from the obvious of, changing who you are and what you do, what else does that mean? What else can you reinterpret as reinventing your life? And have you ever felt like you've reinvented a part of your life, or for that matter, invented a part of your life? So those are kind of the three questions I want you to ponder as you go through this video. So that's the first piece. And I'm going to take a little break with that, and then we'll get into the nitty-gritty of the lesson. So this is lesson part 1, dealing with the video. Lesson part 2 will be below.